Okay, this is the third time. I'm going to say hello one more time from the Sisters Corner. This is another episode of Sisters Corner. For those who are new to the Sisters Corner, the Sisters Corner is a live discussion forum where we, the sisters, Salt, which is me, and Pepper is the other sister, we get together and we discuss real topics and real scenarios in everyday life, and we bring it to you raw, unscripted. Feel free to chime in. You can drop a topic in something in the comments, or you can send us a video request. We'll try to get you in. We listen and we don't judge, so feel free to get comfortable and be you. Today's birthdays, as I said on the last two videos, were Kay Blair, Trinae King, and Markeith Crumbly. We wish you a happy birthday. This is like the third time I've had to say this, so as you can see, I'm a little irritated with repeating it. We're thanking God for life. The daily Bible verse was 1 Corinthians 16 and 13 from the New Living Translation. Be on guard, stand firm in the faith, be courageous, and be strong. It's still telling me I'm unable to add you, sis, from your page, so you have to try from the Sisters Corner page. It's not even showing me that you're watching from your page for some reason. And we had this issue before. I don't know why it's doing this. This is beyond crazy to me. But June is Pride Month. Happy Pride to my fellow Alphabet family, my Alphabet Suit family, the LGBT community. And thank you to those who support and don't judge the LGBT community. I almost messed up with the thingy-majig. I love you for your support. June 19th is Juneteenth. That's another important endeavor. I don't know. You tried it from the Sisters Corner page just now? I don't know what's going on either, but I keep sending it. It keeps saying unable to add guests. They can't join your broadcast at this time. I just did it. But June 19th is Juneteenth. So y'all celebrate that. If you're of color, that's our Freedom Day. So y'all should be celebrating that. I mean, you can celebrate the 4th of July. That's fine and dandy, but don't forget our day. Okay, the pools have opened. I've said this on previous episodes, but the pools have opened. So you can go to Shirley B, Winston Road, Salmon Road, and Rigdon Road. Now I'm unsure on the cost to get in the pools, or if there is a cost, or the hours of operation, but they are open. And I think other pools are open as well. And I'll get that information to you for the next time we're on here. Okay, Father's Day will be observed this Sunday, June the 15th. So be sure to show your special dad, whether it's your biological dad, foster dad, adoptive dad, god dad. Show them some love on that day. An 18-year-old male has been arrested in the connection with the death of a 16-year-old girl. There was an event somewhere, and I think there was an argument between some people, and the girl got shot accidentally, I think. The Sisters Corner sent our heartfelt condolences out to the girl's family. Pray for them in their time of bereavement. The enrichment services are offering financial assistance for low-income families with utility bills. You must get in on the site and make an appointment on tomorrow, the 10th, June the 10th at 5 p.m. And those of you who are familiar with that service, I'm sure you know the importance of being swift with getting on that website and getting your stuff in. You can go on enrichmentservices.org to do your appointment that way. Summer school is in continuation, so please remember to be careful and adhere to the school zone speed limits. Summer school started on the 2nd of June and will continue through the 26th of June, Monday through Thursday. The online registration for the 2025-2026 school year has begun for MCSD students. Please be reminded you need proof of residency and an immunization record form 3231, along with form 3300, the Georgia Eye, Ear, and Dental form. If you live with someone, you will need an affidavit signed by you and the lease mortgage owner done at the Public Education Center Central Registration Building. If you're new to the MCSD system, your student will also need the birth certificate, social security cards, and the parent's ID, along with those items I just listed for the regular students. I don't have any information on any giveaways. I know we're supposed to do something for Father's Day. We're supposed to have a giveaway for that. And then once I start my treats and stuff, then there will definitely be a giveaway with that one. Now let's get into some topics. Okay, I got some new info that I want to give y'all about the hair, me doing hair. Like I have been saying, I'm going to start doing hair. I'm going to start back doing hair. And I plan to start taking clients the first week of July for all braids and sew-ins. I'll be offering knotless and traditional box braids, Fulani, tribal, lemonade, etc. Also twists and natural options, kids and men's services, and locks. You all may pre-book now for the days you need. You can pre-book. You can book a day for July right now if you need to. So you can do that. I also plan to introduce for sale my treats mid to end July. They will include candy-coated strawberries, grapes, candied apples, Rice Krispie treats, pretzel sticks, cookies, and I want to try cake pops as well. Okay. All right. Don't forget to like and follow the Sisters Corner on Facebook, AMA Designs and Beauty on Facebook. That's where all the information about the hair and stuff will be on. If you go on there now, of course, there's not any updated hairdos, but everything that's on there is my work. So it's just old because I haven't been on there. So with that being said, don't forget to follow that page. And follow Maria Flemister on YouTube. That's where our videos are going to go once they expire from Facebook. They do expire after 30 days. Follow Miss Reds Braids and More on Instagram. That's MYSSREDDS_BRAIDS, the letter N, MORE on Instagram. And you can follow Maria Flemister on TikTok. And you can follow my personal page, and you can follow Sis's personal page at Natisha Adams on Facebook. Okay. All right, let's get into some of these topics. I don't know why Sis couldn't get in here. That's really blowing me. But this is the part where I really be needing her, because we sort of like bounce off each other with these topics. Like we sort of, you know, we were going to discuss the movie Straw by Tyler Perry. It's been a lot of like mixed reviews, different opinions about that movie. I mean, some people feel like he's always like doing movies where people are like down or struggling or whatever. But at the end of the day, I just want to say, you know, I feel like I don't see an issue with it. He's telling stories about everyday life. Like people live this stuff. Like people actually go through that stuff. And not just the being evicted or not having enough food or CPS taking your kids because you doing your best to provide for them, but you just don't have enough. I mean, not just people working 2 jobs and still don't have enough, but the actual mental breakdown, the mental crash that she had after. And yeah, you know, at the end, towards the end, it showed that her daughter had actually passed on. And I'm guessing when her daughter passed on, that was her last straw, you know. So with that being her last straw, she went into a state of like mental unawareness at that point. Everything around her was happening to her, but it just didn't include the baby. She was imagining her baby being there, and the baby wasn't there. But at the end of the day, people go through that. Sometimes it's just one small thing, but in her case, it was something major. She lost her child, and that was her last straw. And you know, people go through this every day. Like, people go through the struggle. Like, people lose their homes every day. I mean, the homeless rate in Columbus has gotten pretty high lately. You know, people are losing their home. Everything is unaffordable, if you want to be technical. You can't really afford nothing. You got to have 3, 4, 5 incomes just to afford one place. You know what I'm saying? You need 2 or 3 people living with you working just to afford one place nowadays. So it's hard. And then when you're a single mother, there's a lot of single mothers out there that's going through that. Like, they are at their wits' end. They are like right there on the cusp of a mental break, and the only thing that may be holding them together is their kids. And I'm sure, you know, if they were to lose one, then yeah, they would go on like a binge too, and just, you know. So yeah, I don't see the issue with the movie. I don't understand. You can't just sit there and say you watched that and it didn't touch you in some kind of way. I'm not saying you had to cry or anything like that, because I mean, I cried. I'm sensitive. I'm sensitive, and I care about people, and I feel for people. So I cried like a little baby, like ugly cry type junk, you know. But not everybody did. But at the end of the day, people go through this. This is real life. Like, people struggle. People can barely make it. There are single mothers who are doing everything they can, that's grinding, and still just don't have it. And that's like a hard thing. And then especially when like the fathers don't want to help, and the fathers are not around. And I'm not going to say just the fathers are not around. The father could have passed on. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. It's different reasons why fathers are not around. But usually, from what I see in society, is the fathers just don't want to be there, or they may be deceased. But yeah. So with that being said, that was a hell of a movie. Tyler Perry did his big one with that one. But I mean, just learn to treat people right, because you never know what they are up against. Like, you could look at me, I'm smiling, I'm happy, but you don't know what I'm battling in my house. You don't know what I'm battling in my mind. You don't know what I'm battling in my relationships with my kids or whatever. You don't know what's going on. You don't know my financial situations. You don't know what I'm going through. And I'm not saying I'm going through anything, but I have been through situations where it felt like everything was falling apart. I've been in situations where I couldn't pay a bill here or there, or I've been in situations where I lost my home or whatever. But at the end of the day, I had to be strong, and I was at that cusp of a mental breakdown. So yeah. And at the end of the day, I know my grandma passed. That put me in an altered state, I'd say, because I was depressed. Like, I was going through mad depression on top of stuff that was going on in my life. I was going through mad depression. I started drinking more, all of that. But I was able to like pull myself out of it, but everybody's not able. So everybody is not as strong as certain people. So like, try to treat people in a good way, because you don't know what they're going through. So I'm gonna move on from that. But if anybody has anything they want to add, you're welcome to drop it in the comments. I can see your comments. I don't see them on the screen I'm on, but I do see them on another screen. So feel free to continue to comment if you would like. I want to say, get your priorities together. If you're an adult, your kids, your bills, your home should be your main priority. Going to the club, hanging out with your friends, shopping, all of the extra stuff should not be a priority over anything dealing with your home, meaning your bills and your kids. That should be priority, not the other stuff outside. Those are wants. Your home, your bills, all of that, those are your needs. You got to learn to prioritize your needs over your wants. Like, because like as an adult, there's no other adult that's really gonna fully do your job for you. So you got to be the one to be strong and do it for yourself. So with that being said, put your priorities in order. Write them down if you have to. Write down the priority of things. So learn to prioritize things better. That way it can somewhat eliminate a lot of issues in your life. I just got one thing to say. How can some of y'all be crying for the girl Janiyah from the movie Straw, but you laugh and talk about the people that you personally know that are in the same situation? You can't cry for your friend. You can't cry for your homegirl, your cousin, your auntie, whoever that's in that same situation. You can't cry for them. You can't help them, but you can cry for this person. And no, I'm not judging anybody. I mean, it has nothing to do with me, but at the end of the day, how can you feel for somebody else and then look at somebody you know personally and don't feel a thing for them? It's kind of strange, don't you think? It's kind of weird, don't you think? Like I said, if anybody want to say something, you can drop it in the comments. If you want to get on live and say something, you can try to send a request. But I couldn't get Sis in here, so I don't know if the video requests are working or not. So, because I couldn't get Sis in here. But you can try to send a video request if you want to talk. Also, another topic. Stop pouring into cups that don't mind leaving yours empty. Hey Jesse, how you doing? Right. They don't give a crap. I don't say that F word anymore, but they don't give a crap. You're right. But stop pouring into cups that don't mind leaving yours empty. Stop giving your all to people that don't mind seeing you lose it all and not trying to pour into your cup or help you get back up. Stop doing that. You can only do so much to help a person. After a while, they need to stand on their own. Because helping them too far will only be enabling them or crippling them. Meaning you can help somebody so far, but at some point you got to just be like, when you going to stand up and do things for yourself? We all adults, stand up on your own. Because the more you keep giving and helping and doing and this and that, that person is never going to do it on their own. You'll be doing it for them. It'll be like they're a child or something to you. Because you do for your children until they can do for themselves. But if you're going to continue to help another adult, they're going to keep letting you. They're going to keep letting you help them. Because, I mean, that's just what users do. That's what they do. And it turns into not being a need to help somebody. It turns into you being used at some point. So, yeah. So, with that being said, you got to cut off your helping. And that's why I'm very selective on the people I help, because I can spot your intentions from a mile away. And if I feel that the smallest inkling that you are a user or that you're not for real about what you're saying, my answer's going to be no all the way, because I've been used before and tossed to the side. I've been used, so I know that hurt, and I don't want to feel that again. So I'm very selective on the people that I help. And y'all should be too. And don't get me wrong, don't be afraid to help people. Don't be afraid to help people. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't help people, because I mean, you want somebody to help you, true enough. But just be selective. Like, be able to figure out, you know, who you should and who you shouldn't help in life. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody don't deserve help. Some people just want somebody to feel sorry for them, but they want people to do everything for them. So you got to stop it at some point. You got to get to that point and be like, look, you need to grow up and do something on your own. That goes for your grown children. That goes for your friends. That goes for your sisters, your brothers, your cousins, your aunties, uncles, whoever you're helping. Draw a line, because we're all grown. Draw a line somewhere. Let them figure it out on their own. I'm not stuck up, but every crowd isn't for me. And what I mean by that is, I mean, I can be a friendly person. I can talk to anybody. I can be around anybody. But certain crowds are not for me. If you do drugs and all that, that's not for me. If you're heavy alcoholic, that's not for me. If you club, that's not for me. That's just not me. That's not a part of me. You know what I'm saying? If you fighting all the time, that's not for me, because I promise you I'm not fighting nobody. If it ain't about my kids, you're not physically trying to harm me or my spouse or somebody I really, really care about deep down inside, I'm not fighting you. You can talk all you want. All that he say, she say, bicker. I don't do that. I'll leave you outside talking to yourself. I will definitely watch you talk about me from the window. Like, how y'all doing? Get off the lawn, please. Get off my grass. You know what I'm saying? Or wherever I'm at, I'll just be looking at you like, okay, you done? You need another topic to talk about? I'll give you one. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't care. People's opinions about me, I don't care nothing about. Because I know who I am. I know exactly who I am. And people, I guess they feel when they call me fat that bothers me. I knew I was fat when I woke up this morning. When I looked in the mirror, I knew I was fat. But I could fix my fat. But can some of y'all fix y'all ugly? And I'm not talking about just your face. I'm talking about your personality, your demeanor. Me being fat or gay or whatever you call me doesn't change my personality, doesn't change who I am. You know what I'm saying? I knew these things when I woke up this morning. You know what I'm saying? Tell me something about me I don't know. Oh, you can't. So with that being said, yeah, opinions don't matter. Your opinion don't matter, because I know the true facts. I know who I am. So we're going to get into a topic that should be talked about more. It should be classes given, and I'm sure there are, but how to present yourself when looking and interviewing for a job. Every job does not require a business suit. And I'm talking about shirt and tie and all that. Every job don't require that. Some jobs you can go business casual. You don't want to walk into a Burger King job in a 3-piece suit. I mean, you can. Don't get me wrong, you can. But it's not necessary. So, you know, every job, dress for the job that you're going for. Just don't go in there with holy clothes on, clothes that are too big, clothes that are too little. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're ironed. Make sure you're presentable. You're clean. Your facial hair, if you have it, is neat and got together. Make sure your hair is not too out of the extreme. So yeah. I'm sorry, I got the little one trying to come in here. Go sit down, sweet pea. And I thank you all for joining and watching with me. Thank you for watching the video. But when you go, even when you're applying for the job, you go and ask for application. Look presentable when you do so, because the people on the job are critiquing you. And I will tell you this because when I worked at Subway in Ladonia, people would come in and ask for we're hiring all the time. And I would literally look them up and down like, do I want to give this information to my manager? Because I already know what the answer is going to be when they see them. So it's like, the people on the job are critiquing you. They looking you up and down. They know what the manager's looking for. They know what the job, how you should look. So with that being said, just be presentable when you go even looking for a job. And definitely when you go interviewing. And have a up-to-date resume when you go for your interview. Also, we need to stop the violence in Columbus. Because you know what? We are killing our own people. You see black on black crime. And everybody gets upset when, say, the other color or a different color kills one of us. But y'all are doing it too. None of it's right. Don't get me wrong. None of it is right. But we got to stop killing our own before we could get upset about anybody else doing it. I'm just saying. Stop doing it. We got to stop. We got to start. Back in the day, you used to get into it with somebody and you could talk to them. You could actually throw fists. You could throw fists and nobody gets hurt. You live to fight another day. Now you say the wrong thing, you might catch one to the back of your head as soon as you turn your head. And that's not right. So then 2 lives at that point are gone, because the person who did the shooting is going to jail for life, and the person you shot probably going to, pass away. So with that being said, we got to stop it, because we killing our own people. Okay. What is the rudest thing someone can do in your home? This is for you people out there, the viewers. Y'all tell me, what's the rudest thing someone can do in your home? For me, the rudest thing somebody could do in my home is show up if you're not invited. But somebody that's invited. If you come in my house, the rudest thing you can do is walk around like it's yours. Don't just walk in my house and not knock on the door. Don't just walk around like it's yours. You know what I'm saying? Have a little respect. That means, like, don't walk in and go in the refrigerator like you live here. You know how some people come to your house, they walk around, go in your refrigerator. Don't do that. That's like the rudest thing. I take that as rudeness. I feel like you have no respect for me when you do stuff like that. So, if I don't tell you to, don't just walk around like you're on the plane. You can walk around. I'm not saying you can't move around. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm sure if you got some sense, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah. What do you hate most? This is a question for the viewers again. Do you hate unexpected visitors, smacking while eating, or loud talkers? What I hate the most is unexpected visitors. I don't like people showing up at my house unannounced. I don't care if you're knocking at the door. If I don't want you there, you're not coming in. I'm like, look, yeah. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be bothered. Because at the end of the day, I have the right to do that. And so does anyone else. See, I need my sis in here. It's kind of quiet. It's kind of quiet. Sis, drop some comments. Let me know you're out there. Drop some comments. Okay, here's a little word of advice. People will not like you, but guess what? You will still live. They didn't like Jesus Christ, but he loved everybody. I'm not saying I'm going to love everybody, but I'm saying people are not going to like you. I know people don't like me. I don't care. But guess what? I'm still living. Yep. And you will still live too. Also, no matter how mad you are with your partner, never go run into somebody else. Never. Because think about it. You don't know what that person is thinking. That person may want your partner secretly, and you don't know it. That person may be waiting for your relationship to fail so they can make a move on you, and you don't even know it. Not everybody has good intentions. So with that being said, when you having issues with your partner, you discuss it with your partner and your partner only. Don't put your family in your business. Don't put your friends in your business. Or anybody that has any kind of interest in you, in your business. That means no exes, none of that. Don't put them in your relationship at all. Oh, the Sisters Corner will be soon available to be watched on TikTok as well. We're gonna get some kinks worked out to where we could, stream from Facebook and TikTok. So for those who don't be on Facebook like that, and y'all be on the Tiki Talk, we'll be on the Tiki Talk. We just gotta work out some kinks, get everything lined up, and of course we'll put the news out there on the Sisters Corner page, and also from my page, I'll put it out there. Another word of advice: control how you respond to things sent to destroy your peace. Control how you respond to things sent to destroy your peace. Now, I always talk about protecting your peace. At the end of the day, your response could mean a more stressful situation or a peaceful situation. Like I was saying about people wanting to fight and talk junk and all that. If you notice, my name is never really in anything. You don't hear people saying, well, Maria said this and Maria said that, or Maria did this. Why? Because Maria don't do this and Maria don't say that. It's not important to me. So with that being said, Maria's name does not be in drama. Maria stays to herself. Maria minds her business. And that's how I control my peace. That's why you don't see people confronting me about anything, because I'm not putting nothing out there for you to confront me about. I'm not sitting there talking about people, telling people's business. That's not me. That's not what I do. If you hear something that you didn't want out, I promise you I ain't tell it. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. So therefore, when somebody comes to me with some bull crap, I don't have nothing to say, because I know I ain't do it. And that brings me back to what I was saying earlier about people. You know, you can talk junk from across the street. I don't care. I'm not going to fight anybody. Why? Because I'm over here peaceful. You the one got the problem. I don't have the problem. You can stand over there and figure it out. But I don't have the problem. You have the problem. So with that being said, that's how I control things sent to destroy my peace. And I mean, sometimes when you don't do stuff, sometimes things are said to you or done to you. So with that being said, again, I just, okay. As long as you don't put your hands on me or my children or somebody I really care and love deeply, you ain't gotta worry about it. And anyway, I'm getting too old to fight. My knee's bad. You might get popped one good time, but I value my freedom too much, and I need to be around for my children, so I probably won't even, that's why I stay to myself, to keep from having to do that, because I don't want to be on the first 48. So yeah, how y'all doing? Y'all that just coming in, thank you for watching. Hey Deja, I see you viewing. Okay. So my relationship with God matters to me, because when nobody else was there, God was. And I'll say that because I'm trying to be a better person and be a different person, somebody that's presentable as a woman, somebody that's not vulgar or looked at as vulgar or a bad person or not ladylike, because there's some things you can do that's not ladylike. Honestly, cursing a lot is not ladylike. Being in drama is not ladylike. I mean, you want to be a stand-up person, you know, you got to mold yourself into that stand-up person. So me personally, I'm working on, you know, being a better person. I'm not saying I was a bad person, but I had some bad qualities. So I'm working on being a better person and being a more stand-up person. I'm trying to be more of a woman of God, or, you know, somebody God would be pleased with. So with that being said, so yeah, I don't do all that stuff that I don't think God would be pleased with. So yeah. So my last question would be, how do you view yourself? Do you see yourself as a good person, or do you see yourself as a bad person? Do you see that you can improve yourself, or do you see that you're content where you at? I mean, you know, y'all dwell on that for a minute. And like I said, feel free to drop comments or whatever. I don't know. I don't think my video or whatever is working, because I couldn't get Sis in here, which is why I'm on here by myself today, because I couldn't get Sis in here from her page or the Sisters Corner page. So with that being said, we're going to get into some events and, you know, get near the end of the episode. So we'll get to these events, starting with the Soul Fest 10-year anniversary Dukes and Boots. It's going to be August the 30th at the Columbus Civic Center. Ticket sales started June the 2nd, and they're on Ticketmaster, and you can go to the Civic Center in person. The ticket prices do vary. You got the upper tickets, I think they're like $81, and then you have the floor tickets that are like $149, and then you have the VIP tickets that are $200. We got the Chris Brown's Breezy Bowl. It's also going to be held on August the 30th at Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. Tickets are on Ticketmaster, but I'm sure you can purchase them somewhere else in Atlanta. I'm just not sure where. We got the 706 Day, July the 6th. It's going to be at Woodruff Park. That's 1000 Bay Avenue in Columbus. We still have those free line dancing classes at Valley Healthcare on Thursdays from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. And that's going to be held at 1600 Fort Benning Road. Bring your fans and your water, so y'all can clack them fans and you won't pass out from being thirsty. The Summer Meals Program, formerly known as the Free Lunch Program, started June the 2nd, and it will continue until June the 26th. I saw this earlier. Is a Firehouse Reunion 90s versus 2000s Throwback Party. Is going to be held July the 18th at the After 5 Sports Bar and Grill, and that address is 1836 Midtown Drive. There's going to be a kids blast. It's a public event by Phoenix City First. It's going to be held June the 12th at 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. The address for that is 3777 U.S. Highway 431 North, Phoenix City, Alabama 36867. Okay, now we're going to get into some employment opportunities. I know y'all be waiting on those, so we're going to get into them and put them out here for you. This is what I know personally. This is what I've discovered personally for employment opportunities. As I've been saying, the Muscogee County School District Job Fair is going to be June the 12th at the Public Education Center from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Rent-A-Center on Buena Vista Road is looking for a delivery specialist, so apply online at rentacenter.com. Pleasure World and Exotic Pleasures are hiring. You can fill out an application in either one of those stores. If you need the address, just inbox me. I can get those addresses for you, but I'm sure everybody know where those stores are at. The Walmart on 280, all Walmarts. Metro by T-Mobile is hiring for all of their stores. Goodwill and the Columbus Consolidated Government are bringing 1,000 jobs at the Columbus Civic Center on June the 17th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Several companies will be represented. Some examples would be the Metro, the bus station, the public bus station, the city bus, not, charter bus, but the city bus. The U.S. Army, New Horizons, Muscogee County School District, Surge, and the City of Columbus. That's just to name a few that'll be in attendance. So that wraps up our employment and everything. We have reached the end of our episode. So I thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Sister's Corner. We couldn't get the video working, so that's why Sis is not on live, but she definitely tried to get in, and that's why it's just me. She told me to keep going. So that's what I did, because we got to be represented. So with that being said, like I said, thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Sisters Corner. God bless you, and thank you for your continued support. We love and appreciate each and every one of you. But remember, look yourself in the mirror every day, and remember that you are BEA beautiful. But until next time, bye. She know I'm crazy, so she hold all of my strength. Wait for the day for you to change, 'cause